How about now? Can you hear me now? All right, there's a good old-fashioned blooper for you. All right, let me start that over. Foundations of Sentient Marketing, um, book I co-wrote with Candace Cooley. Check it out. All right, now that I have the audio fixed, and I'm confirming that I have the audio fixed, I wanted to, speaking of improving the quality of live streams and podcasts, which I think was a pretty good accidental thing, I picked up this here. This is a compact live pro broadcast sound card. Just in case I go somewhere and I want to interview someone, or I'm here in my studio amidst all of my monitors, I can do improve the quality of the show, particularly um, with some of the bugs that have been introduced into Restream. All right, so I'm going to open this with my fancy opening tool, which of course I haven't done an unboxing in a while, and I definitely there's a certain skill to it. All right, seal is broken, and I'm opening up the insides here. So it actually includes a microphone, which is nice. I have plenty of microphones, but this one is specifically meant to be portable. So this looks like there's some audio cables. Those always come in handy. Another audio cable, USB-C charge wire. Let me know if you have any questions or you want to see something in particular in the chat. What is this? This looks like, what is this? Oh, this looks like some kind of ring to hold the microphone. We have the foam shield for this. We also have a little tripod for the microphone. Ooh, fancy, an XLR connector. So for those who don't know what this is usually on higher end audio equipment. So it's an XLR connector. If you're ever at a Microsoft office, you'll always see one of these jacks in the wall. You can plug into the audio, the AV system. I only mention it because I got my start doing live streaming for Microsoft, basically live streaming their events in the K Street office. So this is interesting. This is a, I think it's a 3.5 millimeter audio cable to an XLR. Interesting. All right. And here's the actual microphone that it comes with. Here are the instructions. We'll take a look at that in a second. So, hey, the support number, if they're there to help, it's a 718 number. So they're either in Brooklyn, Queens, or the Bronx. So this has a number of input in terms of microphone inputs. This has all sorts of interesting stuff here to control the echo. So there's a lot of cool things you could do here. You could change the bass and things like that. What I like about this is that you can do a bunch of different inputs and things like that. This is important because when I did the IBM Tech Exchange kind of watch along, with Candace and Andy, one of the things was I could hear it, but they couldn't. So I was talking about what was being said, but they couldn't hear it. And I know it's a minor point, but I've been looking to improve this for a while in terms of my actual studio and things like that with lighting and things like that. I have a Thanksgiving week project for that, obviously after all the Christmas decoration goes up. But little things like that. So let's actually get to the device, the actual mixer. And not the first mixer I ever bought. In fact, I bought a mixer when I was in high school because I had dreams of being a DJ at the time. I guess we all kind of go through that phase in high school. So here it is. This is the actual device. So it looks like there's different bass, drums, on, off, how to do the PC live. You can change the echo, so you can have an echo effect. Pretty interesting. I've seen a lot of podcasters have these, and these things run the gamut from like this is one of the mid range ones, about $60. I think it was on sale for 50. Um, didn't really see a lot of value in the really cheap ones. I certainly didn't see the value in the super expensive ones. I figured I'd give this a try. It's portable, so if I do go somewhere and want to record something live, um, I have that option. It also gives me kind of like a real-time display of the audio that goes in and out, which, based on what we saw just now, is rather important. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited to have this. Looks like it's also wireless, apparently. What's really cool, um, so you have different inputs. So this would be great. So if I can have the Mac playing maybe like a live stream, and I can feed it into here or another laptop, kind of also doing it. One of the first times I saw somebody do a podcast recording in person was not the first time, but one of the first times was Andrew Duthie, former colleague of mine at Microsoft. He had something very similar to this, where he had two microphones plugged into it, and he doesn't do anything halfway. He always kind of, he's an engineer. He's an engineer, so he always overdoes it. So it was interesting to see that. What I've done, and I don't have it here, is if I go somewhere, I'll either use my phone to record, or I have my little voice recorder that I'll record stuff with. But what I'm excited about this is I'll be able to kind of do this. You can add different character. So it looks like there's a laugh, a knock, a wow. So all the things that you're starting to see um, far more commonly in a lot of live streams, particularly the game streamers tend to be kind of on the cutting edge of this. I figured I'd try it out. It was on sale, couldn't resist. I think it was an early Black Friday thing. So I figure I'll try it out. I'll see how it goes. But I thought you would like to see um, kind of what's involved in this, and I will share the results of my experiments with this. I also hadn't live streamed in a while. Um, and for those of you wondering what Remember the Can't means, Andy got this for me. We're both big fans of The Expanse, both the books and the TV show. But what's interesting is that this is a wireless Bluetooth streaming with 8 sound effects, 12 channels for ambient music, and 8 control knobs. It's an external sound card. Remember sound cards when you had to put those things in? Um, Digital signal processor to increase the sound quality. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. Really looking forward to checking this out. Really also looking forward to doing a lot more live streams. Um, and yeah, that's what I got. Um, I'm also going to try see if this is compatible with Linux too. And I was going to do a whole rant live stream on this, but I've since gotten some caffeine and I feel better. Is that the Windows 10 apocalypse is coming. So for those who don't know, Windows 10 will have end of life support. As of now, it's scheduled for October of 2025, which when I first heard it a year ago, sounded like it was a bit in the future, but an item of concern. Now it's definitely, 10 months away, more or less 11, 10 months. My plan is to migrate all my x86 hardware that can't go to Windows 11, which is quite a lot, over to some flavor of Linux. At the moment, Mint is my favorite. It's not so much the operating system, it's really the shell, which is called Cinnamon, which I've been experimenting with different platforms. Ubuntu seems to be really good for desktop use and laptop use. Um, and in terms of the Adobe's tool suite, which assuming they don't do another massive flub that they did, where it basically said they own all your IP, they've since walked back on that. I have 2 Macs now, which are perfectly fine for that. Office now works both on the Mac, obviously on Windows, but also really well in browser. It's definitely, I guess I'm kind of old school that way. I like the local executable files, but you could use Linux and not Yeah, I know about Open Office and all that, but there's just some things that Word does really well. There's some things that PowerPoint does really well. Excel, although I would say the closest to it though, for my use cases, Excel and Google Sheets are pretty close. Um, Documents are close as well, but PowerPoint is still way better than Google Slides. In fact, for my day job, I will routinely kind of work in PowerPoint and convert up to slides. Excuse me. Um, Voice is a little tired. Andy and I recorded a podcast earlier today. Really great show. I actually have the AIs doing a transcript right now in the background, and I'm looking forward to releasing it. We're getting better at being disciplined about regular release cadence. Things in my life have more or less calmed down, or if not calmed down, become far more predictable. Now, watch, I'll say that, and then something crazy will happen. But I do have one kid in high school, one kid in elementary school, and one kid in daycare. The massive vectors for germs that all basically makes this house a stirring pot for that. Plus, I've been traveling. You hear my voice a little gravelly because I've been doing a lot of talking today. But great podcast show. It was one of those shows like, yeah, this is cool. This is good. This is good. I've had a lot of those lately. In fact, I actually released a show today with Alex Gold. We had a great conversation. Let me share my screen. Entire screen. There we go. We had a great conversation. You can check it out there at datadriven.tv. And lots of good stuff coming. The next show will be good too. What I really liked was his book. His book, you can buy the print version, but you can also view it online. So you can go through and kind of read it as if you had bought the book. I think that was really good. He's a real big believer in open source, and we kind of get into that and kind of open source AI and what the importance of that is. We get into that in the interview, so I highly recommend it. Go to datadriven.tv to check that out. Also, you may have noticed some changes at franksworld.tv. So if you go to franksworld.tv, routes you to my YouTube page, which I decided to do some rebranding on it because I hadn't really touched it in 8 years. I was actually kind of embarrassed, to tell you the truth. So I kind of started working on some branding on it. You'll see that it definitely has changed. I know these two are not consistent in color scheme. I will work on that. But I've already seen a pretty good boost in subscribers since doing the rebranding. So thank you, YouTube algorithm, for blessing me. This is a little bit recursive because this is actually me streaming and talking about YouTube while I'm also simultaneously streaming to YouTube. So with that, I'll stop sharing and say, if in case I don't stream again this week, I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it this week, I know Canadians did it about a month ago. And if you don't celebrate it, well, just have an awesome week. I mean, what can I say? Um, one more plug for the book. Check this out. Go to Foundations of Sentient Marketing. You can check that out. Candace and I do have book number 2 for the year in production, and hoping to get some time on that today, actually, because I will be headed to the DMV today to deal with a license vehicle registration issue I can't do online. It is what it is. But I do have a laptop and I do have a hotspot, so I can take away a lot of the pain. But with that in mind, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to wish you all a very happy Monday. And definitely go to datadriven.tv. Go to Sentient. Actually, I need to come up with more graphics here. I also need to get my fancy little graphic on the outside of this. I feel like a mime to do that, and get new batteries for my Christmas lights so I can feel extra festive. All right. So with that in mind, you have a great day, and let me know what you'd like me to see or demonstrate here with my new fancy little mixer. And looks like it has mic 1, mic 2, headset, I guess for monitoring the output, live, I wonder what that is, line in and auxiliary, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Because I'm curious as to see. I wonder. I guess I should read the directions. I guess I should read the directions. Interesting. So I'll be able to control the fading between the two. This is really cool. I've been wanting something like this for a little bit. I'm glad I finally have it. And I shared the opening unboxing experience with you all. Thanks for watching. Be sure to, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit the bell, hit subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Really helps small channels like me. I've been doing YouTube um, kind of off and on for a while, but I'm really want to grow the channel this year coming up. And with that in mind, also, if you're on whatever platform you're watching it on, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, be sure to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you're watching this later on the replay, be sure to put hashtag replay. I will see you all later. Have a good one. You know, as I think about this, I really need a new outro graphics. All right, but for now, we're going to go with the Frank's World Galaxy.